It's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for July 2022. So on the 22nd of July, we have the sun moving out of Cancer and moving into Leo. There is where we find the heat, find the passion, find the play, find the fire. The sun rules over Leo season, Leo being the heart and soul of the zodiac. No doubt that happens smack dab in the middle of summer for us here in the Northern Hemisphere, because it's a time to have fun. It's a time to be playful. It's a time to be entertaining and entertained. It's a time to really put yourself out there, to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged in all kinds of different ways. And you best believe that Leo season is going to highlight what actually makes us happy, what brings us the greatest amount of joy and pleasure. We're seeking romance, we're seeking connection, we are seeking to stand out as an individual. So let's just talk about how Cancer season was very emotional. And if we went back to even the beginning of this particular year, back when Aries season happened, back in March, Aries season plants the seed. It brings us to life. There's a new energy. There's a new want, need, and desire. There's a new intent in order to actually bring something into this reality, into manifestation. We move into Taurus season, where we reevaluate our values, our worth, where it is that we take a good look at relationships and our money matters. Taurus season is where we begin to bring elements from that Aries energy that really inspired us to bring something to life. Taurus season is where we start to build that foundation. And then just as we put those cornerstones together, we jump into Gemini season, we take it up into the mental plane. Now we're debating. There's pros, there's cons, there's plans, there's strategies. We have to be calculated with our energy. We have to debate the good, the bad, the ugly in order for us to find a comfortable common ground. And then we dive into Cancer season, where we take this inspiration, this want, need, and desire for a brand new beginning that we're trying to manifest. We take it down into the heart space. We have to listen to our emotions. We have to listen to our intuition. And as that process kind of unfolds, our boundaries get tested. Our home, the foundation of what we've created, gets shook up, gets rattled just in time for Leo season. This is where we get raw, where we get vulnerable, where we get honest in our heart space, where we really, truly do focus in on this experimental phase that we have been going through. We really get down to the nitty gritty on what needs to stay and what needs to go. So Leo season, again, fire. There's a lot of fire in the cosmos right now. Fire is a time of action, of aggression, of assertion, of beginnings. It's a time of initiation. And Leo, being the lion of the zodiac, is very proud of all that we've accomplished, all that we've survived. Now, the shadow part is you could be a crying, whining little kitten curled up in a ball in the back of the darkness of the cave, licking one's wounds and just afraid of the world. However, Leo season is here to inspire and empower us to embrace the qualities and characteristics of the lion, which is pride, which is being the king of the jungle, not afraid to roar, not even hesitant to let an MFer know who reigns supreme, who is boss. We are much more outgoing. And again, we are striving to lighten the vibe a bit. We want to be a little bit more playful. That's why there's a lot of romantic interactions. There's a lot of experimentation with creativity, with what actually makes our heart skip a beat, what new passions and desires are being illuminated for us. And again, we have to consider that we've gone through a huge chapter of backburnering our wants, needs, and desires in order to make other people happy. Leo season is where we recognize what makes us happy, what makes us an individual, what makes us unique. We have no want, need, or desire to fit in with the crowd. We want to stand out. We have a story. We want to tell it. We want to be heard. We want to be seen. We want that spotlight. Yes, Leo season can bring a little bit of drama. Yes, Leo season can be a little bit egocentric. Again, very focused on us as the individual instead of everyone else around us. But at the same time, getting down to the nitty-gritty of just reemerging as our new evolved self, our new reinvented self, our new rebranded self, it is time to shine. We want to truly stand out in our lives, which is a dramatic change for many of us that would prefer to live the life in the shadows. So we are definitely unfolding. We are definitely blossoming, if you will, just like this beautiful flower, the seed that got planted back in Aries season, the plant that actually broke through the earth in Taurus season, all the nurturing, the debating on the right kinds of conditions in Gemini season, and really taking good care of what we've created, protecting what we've created in Cancer season. Now it's time for us to bust those petals out, for us to stand proud on our very sturdy little stem, and we are ready to soak in all the love, all the attention from the sun and from those around us. So we have to keep in mind that Leo is very big, very generous, very grand in our attitudes. Again, you need to have that kind of disposition, being bold, being brave, being courageous in order to stand in the spotlight, to be the starring role of the movie that is you. Again, many of us have given that starring role away to other people. Now is the time to take that back. So we have a lot of what I'm going to say royalty DNA being activated through Leo season. We definitely want to be the best versions of ourselves, always wanting to take the high road, acting as the observer. Again, we do have a disposition in Leo season to be a little bit egocentric. We do not want to let that ego ruin this new version of ourselves. We don't want to fall back into past patterns and behaviors. We don't want to let fear and pain and trauma paralyze us and keep repeating the same past patterns and behaviors of the ego conditioned mind. We want to stand out. We want to show people how much we've grown. We want to pretty much bear our wounds as proud battle scars instead of just crying and whining and continuously being the victim. So we are definitely motivated in Leo season to stand out, to embrace our individuality, our unique isms. We want to stand proud and be proud of all that we've accomplished. We want to be affectionate. We want to really kind of lower the guards, the walls that we've built around this heart space that Leo rules over. And we want to be raw and authentic and vulnerable. We want that intimacy. We want that connection. We want that fun. We want that playfulness. And of course, this is a great time for happiness, for joy, for humor, for warmth, getting all of those light codes from the sun, activating our DNA. So we're definitely all going to want to be the center of attention, which of course could pose a problem because we're not paying attention to anybody else but ourselves. And we're also putting ourselves out there in such a way that we may not notice other people's efforts of overcoming their insecurities, their vulnerabilities in order for them to stand proud in their spotlight. So we do want to make sure that we are, yes, definitely promoting ourselves and, congratulating ourselves and supporting and encouraging ourselves. But we want to have an open mind to be able to recognize the empowerment coming from other people as well. As you know, this struggle is very real. It is not easy. So we have to be able to recognize the bravery, the boldness, the courage in other people, just as we are embracing it ourselves. So Leo season is going to bring us a lot of interesting aspects. Of course, we can't even talk about Leo season without talking about the Lionsgate portal, that 8-8 portal where we align with Sirius, the spiritual sun, if you will, where we get to essentially jump timelines if we so choose, where we get to renew or rewrite different soul contracts. That's why we enter into an experimental phase with the solstice. When we enter Cancer season, we have to kind of feel what it is that we have to do to build a new foundation for ourselves. So we do kind of start off Leo season a little bit shaky because, again, This is an adjustment period. It never feels good. We're going to have this Lionsgate portal on the 8/8. This is huge amount of light codes coming in, huge amount of DNA being activated. This is essentially where we choose to stick with the path that we're currently on, happy and content, feeling like we're in alignment with our truest selves, or where we need to make a couple of adjustments. Maybe we want to jump timelines altogether. Maybe we need to create a brand new reality. Maybe we need to choose a path that is a little bit more challenging in order for us to evolve to our soul's fullest potential. We're going to have a beautiful full moon in Aquarius at 19 degrees while Leo season kicks off. We're going to have Mars make a move. We are then going to wrap up this Leo season with Vesta, an asteroid going retrograde in Aquarius as well. We don't talk about the asteroids as much as we probably should, but just know that these are all aspects and elements in order, divinely scripted, in order for us to reach our highest potential, our truest selves. And if nothing else, Leo season is getting us back down to the heart and soul of the matter. What makes us us? What makes us happy? What makes us proud, and what makes us stand out from the rest of the crowd.